Yo, what's going on, man? Today is December the 7th, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the early edition of the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter. I'm also live on YouTube as well. Good morning to everyone that's out there catching the show live, man. I wanted to do the show a little bit earlier today just because the games do start early. Typically, we start the show at 5 p.m. Eastern time, but of course, we won't be able to do that today because, the in-season tournament actually starts at 5 o'clock. Eastern today. So wanted to make sure, and the lines are on the move as well. I gave out a couple looks. I got, some stuff I want to share on these games for you guys. So as you guys join, hit the like button for me if you can. Like I said, top of the morning to everybody. I appreciate everybody in the chat. Bad Meets Evil says, I'm locked in. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Appreciate you for shouting that out. If the show helps, definitely consider hitting the like button. I know, didn't necessarily plan on doing a show early, but I was like, let's just go live early. Let's go live from the office today. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Rob Maddock, appreciate you for being here as well. Justin says, top of the morning, Chris. Appreciate you getting on here early to break these games down. Absolutely, bro. Let's get to it, man. He says, Chris is loading. Shout out to Marcus for being here as well. He says, good morning to the Hustlers. LA says 76 is over 127 and a half team total cash. Yeah, Zubac over 8.5 rebounds. He said, got my blackjack money. Let's get some more. Absolutely. That's what we're here for. We're on the clock. Let's get it, my guys. Absolutely. Appreciate you for being here, Oaktown. Sean, top of the morning to you as well, King. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. All right, so let's get to the games. Let's go straight into the games. We have only 2 games for today. And I'm going to make the banners on the fly real quick because I forgot to make these. Pacers and the Bucks. This line is now, I want to say 5.5. I keep getting muted on Twitter. I'm not 100% sure why. I want to say this line is 5.5 now in favor of the Bucks. It's been kind of going back and forth. Yesterday when I woke up, yesterday, let me make sure Twitter working. Yesterday when I woke up, this line was actually 4 in favor of the Bucks, and the total was sitting at 250. I want to say it was sitting at 254. You see some money come in on the over. It's up to 256.5 the last time I looked at it. It's 256.5. So let me just get the banner up real quick. All right, got that up. All right, boom. So let's jump straight into it. I want to make sure, just real quick, you guys bear with me. I want to make sure that I do have the most updated number for these games. So give me just 1 second to make sure I got that, because the numbers are moving, man. That, like yesterday when I gave this out, it's not the same number now. So let me just make sure, like I said, I got the most accurate number. We'll jump into the cap for the game. So I like this game. I actually like this game a lot. I think a lot could happen in this game as well. Probably gonna be a great game to take some player props in. These are 2 really good teams, and as far as I don't know why I keep getting muted on Twitter. I hope you guys can hear me. But I'm just pulling up the odds. If you guys want to tap in on YouTube, it might be a little bit better. Not sure how my connection is here in the office. But looking at these games. So I'm looking at it right now. I think this is updated. It looks like we have a line, like I said, that opened at 4. The Pacers are now 5-point favorites. So the money come back in on Indiana because this line had moved to 5.5. The total 254.5. I saw it open at 254 on DraftKings, up to 257.5. So that number at the bottom actually isn't even correct. So just looking at these teams, man. First and foremost, both of looking at the Pacers and the Bucks, both of these teams are undefeated in in-season tournament play. You got the Pacers, they're 5-0. They actually beat some really good teams. They've knocked down every single team that's a contender in the Eastern Conference. We know that they won as a dog against the Cleveland Cavaliers. They went to Philly in that second game because the first game against Philly didn't count for the in-season tournament. They beat Philly in that second game. Philly had Boston on deck for the next game. And then they had a couple other wins. I don't think they were as big as these ones, but every single game they've won. Pacers shooting, lights out, 52% pretty much from the floor in these games, averaging 133.5 points in these games. You look at the Bucks on the opposite side, also undefeated team, right? You got 3 undefeated teams out of 4 teams that's left, in the in-season tournament play. So looking at the Bucks, 5-0 straight up in these in-season tournament games. They're shooting 53%. So they really, really play their best brand of basketball in these in-season tournament games. 53% from the field, shooting 46% from the three-point line. Absolutely crazy. The Pacers right behind them, though, shooting 45% from the three-point line. So not a lot of defense being played. Teams is just kind of getting up and down. As far as the total in this one, I know, the Pacers played against the Boston Celtics the other day, and the Celtics just didn't have it. They for whatever reason, the Pacers, I was on the Pacers Celtics team total to go over the 122.5. We even got some positive CLV because that number closed at 125.5, and it still was a loser. You just see them, try to dictate the pace. I don't think that, and I think, the looking back, the Celtics bench is not as strong, as it probably needed to be, because the Pacers got guys that come off the bench, TJ McConnell, Andrew Nembhard, Isaiah Jackson. Like, they got plenty of guys that can come off and still kind of fill it up. But the Celtics bench, not as much, man. Peyton Pritchard's not hitting, Blanton, not the greatest offensive player. Now the Bucks, I feel like are a tad bit different, right? The Bucks just obliterated the New York Knicks. The Knicks actually were the second best defense. So to me, and I'll just tell you guys what I played. I played the Pacers. I gave it out last night. I'm on the Pacers. I'm sorry, I didn't play the Pacers. I played the Bucks. -4.5 is what I got the number at. I felt like the line was going to move to 5. I mean, granted, I need him to win by 4.5. You take it right now. You need him to win by 5. 5 is going to be a push for me either way. So I need him to win by 5 or more. Will it come down to, maybe a last second shot? Potentially. I do feel like, for me, this is more of a field play. Like, I always look at the numbers, but I'm going off field as well. It's a public play as well. You see a bunch of the money on the Milwaukee Bucks in this spot. And I'm not somebody that looks too much into that. So, you want to roll with the underdog and, a tournament style game. I couldn't talk you off of, maybe you just take the Pacers. But to me, I feel like the Bucks ought to play here. Like I said, the Celtics game, Porzingis didn't play. I think that hurt a little bit more than what we thought it would. The Celtics, they lack that scoring. And I think the Bucks don't, right? The Bucks just did, like I said, they destroyed the number 2 best defense, and I don't think they're looking back at all. You know what I mean? So for me, could the Pacers be the Cinderella story like that NCAA team? Absolutely, they could. But I played the Bucks in this spot. I think that they get the job done and win this game. I just look at how many points the Pacers are giving up inside the paint, and they're leading the league. Like, teams can go in there and get whatever it is that they want. You got to deal with Damian Lillard now. You got to deal with who's actually been looking really strong recently. And it feels like, to me, this team has the confidence. They have the much more presence on the interior as well. When you think about Bobby Portis and Brook Lopez and Giannis, man, I think Giannis is going to have a field day. So I played the Bucks -4.5. Lines, like I said, it's up to 5 right now. So you can still definitely get in on that action. I would play it at 5 as well. And then favorite player prop, the one that I played 2 player props in this spot. But the one that I played that I absolutely love the most is Giannis. This is another, nothing I'm saying is contrarian at all. But Giannis, I took his points plus rebounds. The number was 44.5 on FanDuel last night when I gave it out at -111. So you're not drinking too much juice there. To me, this is, the Pacers want to play fast. And it doesn't matter who they're playing against. We saw even against Boston, they tried to speed Boston up. Boston is not an extremely fast-paced team, but they can get out and run and gun, especially if they're knocking down their threes. To me, even if due to a new gym, because they're not used to playing, at the gym that they're gonna be playing at in Vegas, neither team will. Sometimes that can, throw things off. They're also not used to playing at 5 o'clock Eastern time. That'll be an earlier start time for both of these teams, even though they are Eastern Conference teams. So to me, even if your shot isn't falling, I just think that they're going to have their hands full with Giannis. Giannis absolutely wants to win this thing. And not saying that the Pacers don't, because I think that they do. But I'm taking the more talented guy, I think, in my estimation. Halliburton's been absolutely on the roll. Could not talk anybody off Halliburton. He should cook the way that we all thought Brunson would cook in that last game. But I look at Giannis' track record against this Pacers team. And this is when the Pacers were playing at a slower pace. Now you get the Pacers playing a much faster pace. And I just think it sets up for a really good matchup for Giannis. So 44.5 points plus rebounds. Going back to his most recent matchup, Giannis has a 54-point, 12 rebound game that happened last season. So that's good for 66 points plus rebounds in the most recent matchup last season. He also had a 38 and 17 game, 38.17 rebound game last season as well against the same team. 41 and 12, 50 and 14, and I think the stats just go on and on. So to me, Halliburton, yeah, he's gonna cook. And maybe you find a little same game parlay and a way to play him in this spot as well, because I think the Bucks are going to be playing fast. But give me Giannis as a straight over his 44.5 points plus rebounds here. Not sure what the best number is now. Definitely shop around, see where you can get the best number at. But 44.5 is what I gave it out at last night. Absolutely love this spot for Giannis. Absolutely love this spot for the Bucks. Also, another play that I played. This one only a half unit play. The Bucks were I laid 1.08 units to win a unit for the Bucks at -4.5, and Giannis I laid 1.1 unit to win the 1 unit back as well on the -111 line. Brook Lopez under 6.5 rebounds. This number was -134 last night on Bet Rivers, and I just feel like it's not the greatest matchup for Brook Lopez. We've targeted centers before. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think it might have been Clint Capella. Jakob Poeltl, we've targeted. We know with the Pacers, they're gonna run that one like that all out kind of set when it comes to their offense. It's gonna be everybody, high pick and roll, everybody else kind of standing around. And Miles Turner has actually played Brook Lopez really, really good in the most recent matchups. Like he's done his thing against Brook Lopez. So I do think that Miles Turner is gonna draw him away from the rim. We know Brook Lopez historically has been he struggled to collect rebounds at certain times throughout his career. It felt like he was allergic to getting rebounds as well. So I don't think that he's gonna finish with 7 rebounds in this spot. So I took his under 6.5 rebounds. The line was already kind of juiced on most sports books last night, and I expected to get more juice today. But I think that just going through and looking at the matchups, I went through and looked at it. I didn't write all the numbers down, but historically, in matchups against the Pacers and matchups against Miles Turner specifically, he's struggled to rebound the basketball. And I think Giannis grabs those rebounds today. I think Bobby Portis, who absolutely feasts against this team, when I was looking at the numbers as well, I think Bobby Portis has a really big game, especially against a team that gives up so many points in the paint. Like the Pacers just they're fun and exciting because they get up and down the floor, but they don't necessarily care about defense. So will the misses happen? Yeah, absolutely. But will Brook Lopez be pulled away from the rim, which will take him away from being able to get some of these rebounds when he's matched up against Miles Turner? Absolutely think so. So I played Brook Lopez under 6.5 rebounds at -134, just a half unit play there. Didn't want to go too crazy with that. And those are my 3 favorite plays for this game specifically. So just recap, and I'll go over all these at the end. But Bucks -4.5 last night. Giannis over his 44.5 points plus rebounds, and Brook Lopez under his 6.5 rebounds. Just a unit play for me there. And that's the first game. Let's see. I see Ben on here. Let me see if I can get him up real quick and see if he can see what it is that he has that he wants to contribute in this spot. And then we'll get into the Laker game as well. I didn't do a recap, but yeah, we did have a pretty good night. I did give out 2 live plays to the YouTube membership group. Went 1-1 there. One of them was the Philadelphia 76ers in the third quarter after a very lackluster first half. They were able to cover that 2.5 number, 3.5 number, I think. And then I also played Brooklyn and Atlanta third quarter to go over 61.5 points. And they did not get there. For some reason, maybe Brooklyn defense just was able to shut that Atlanta team down. Neither team was able to score. It wasn't a fast-paced game. That total flew way under. So, it was a 5-3 day. But we did get some money last night, man. I feel good to get back to the winning ways. So, shout out to all my members. Hopefully, we can get some cash today as well. Ben, I got you up, my guy. Can you hear me? No?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, Ben. What's going on, my brother? How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Talk to me. What's going on?
Man, Gaffer can't defend a beat.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's just got to become an auto. That's just an autoplay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a possible same game parlay to get in on Halliburton. That's exactly how I played.
Okay.
I played him for 25 and 10. Just looking at how he plays, right? Like there's some days where he goes crazy on the assist. There's some days where he does a little bit more scoring and passing. I hate for him to go like, 30 and 11 and lose the assist, and him go for like, 25 and 15 and lose the points if you had to pick one of the two. And I'm seeing some 40 and a half, some 41 and a half, so the points plus assists. That was just a little high for me. He's kind of the 25 and 10. And obviously in a face-up spot against a team like Milwaukee, right? Halliburton is the type of guy who's going to thrive when the team's trying to push their pace. They don't need any help pushing it. Similar to how you said it with Giannis, just a guy who thrives in a space game.
Mm-hmm.
We see a super high total. I think the total's tough, right? Because we don't know if they're going to play playoff defense, right? We need them to get to 255 or 260 for Halliburton to go 25-10. The other play I'm just going to keep running too is Dame over the 2.5 first quarter assists. Since he's played 12 minutes in the first quarter, going back 11 games, I think it's 8 of 11 or 9 of 11, one of the two. Again, face-up game, Dame running the ball for all probably 12 minutes, especially the 4 to 5 minutes. Giannis ain't going to be in the first quarter because he'll check down right around that 8-minute mark in the first quarter and check back in around that 3:30 mark left in the first quarter. That's where we see Dame's usage really spike in that period. Obviously, we don't really get a lot of first quarter props, but he's usually good for 2 assists just during that 4 or 5 minute segment alone. So I love the 2.5 assists. I got the ESPN plus 100.
Okay. Hey, I like that look. I like that look a lot. Sound like it make a lot of sense to me, Ben. Hey, best of luck tonight, Ben.
Thank you. You too, man.
Absolutely, bro. So yeah, Ben got some thoughts on, like I said, kind of adding Halliburton to Giannis. Both of them could potentially go off in this spot. Let me get Jeff up real quick. That ain't Jeff. My fault. That's Hefe. I thought it said 2. I saw 2 E's and an F. Let's get Hefe up, and then we got Reem in the building. My guy Reem. See if we can get Reem connected as well. Hefe, talk to me, my brother. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What up, Chris? How you been, bro?
I'm absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Hope all is well with you, man. Talk to me. What we thinking about these in-season tournament games, specifically the Pacers and the Bucks today?
High pace scoring. It's gonna be a high scoring game. You could do. I like Giannis tonight. I like Giannis. You can do Giannis 30. Dame. You could do Dame's assists, Giannis points. That's what I want. Dame's assists, probably 8 assists, and Giannis 25 and 30 points. Just a little calm for game one. I'm waiting on for you to do Lakers in the Lakers game.
Okay. All right. Now that'll work. We about to touch on that in a second. Reem, good morning, my brother. How you doing, man? Talk to me. What we thinking about this Pacers and this Bucks game today?
Yeah, how you feeling, bro? You on here early today?
Early, Reem. I'm trying to get to it, bro. Line's moving, man.
You in that Pacers game, right?
Yes, sir. What we liking?
So my straight look is Giannis. I call Giannis 11.5 rebounds last night by 120.
Mm-hmm.
That's my straight look. Against the Pacers last 12 out of 14. Should see big minutes in the game to go to a championship. I think for the long shot look, I'm looking at Bruce Brown 6 assists for 750. Look at the last matchup. He always had a triple double. He had 11, 9, and 8. I think he had 9 assists or 7 assists against them. But in that fast-paced game, Bruce Brown is like a junkyard player. He pretty much do a little bit of everything.
That's a fact.
So with those shooters around him, and the pace the game will go, that 6 assists plus 750 is good value. If you want another long shot pair, I paired him with Torian Prince 3 threes at plus 410. I got both of them together at plus 4,060. So that's a long shot look I'm looking at for the night for the 2 games.
Love them joints, Jane. That's nice, bro. That's real nice. Because LeBron gonna draw a lot of attention, and we know he don't mind passing the ball. Same thing with D'Lo, same thing with Austin Reeves. So we'll get into that game in a second, but love the looks from Reem, man. Love the looks from Reem. Appreciate you shouting those out. Same with Hefe, and shout out to my guy Ben as well for pulling up, dropping the look as well. All right, let's go to the chat real quick. So real quick, yeah, she'll get there, Jane. She'll get there for sure. Let's go let's go to the chat real quick. This is gonna be a quick show. Let's see. Coop says I'm rooting for the underdog Pacers, but not picking a side. Solo cash with me yesterday on that third quarter. Avery says sell Indy today. The Cinderella story over with the way with they not shooting like that again. If if they trade ball don't fall, then it's a wrap. They're too one dimensional. We'll see how that goes. I do think the Cinderella story ends today, though. I do think it ends today, and I think the Bucks are the better team, and I think that they take this game extremely serious. Extremely serious. Coop, I like this look from Coops. Coop says a pivot. I'm leaning towards, even though Giannis should dominate the Pacers, Bobby Portis over 18.5 points plus rebounds. If the Pacers dictate the pace, Brook could get pulled. He could get played off the floor. Equals more opportunity for Bobby Portis. I love this look right here. I was looking into Bobby Portis as well. I don't even think I checked this line, but I was going through his game log, trying to figure out who rebounds I wanted to take under. And it's not Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis plays really, really well against the Indiana Pacers. So I like this look a lot. Over 18.5 points plus rebounds for Bobby Portis. If I had another play, I think that straight. I think that's the way I'd be looking, Coop. So could not talk you off there at all. Joshua says, any thoughts on the team total? So for me, I'm only playing them over, Joshua. I talked about the Celtics being, this, like kind of lackluster offense, and they couldn't score the ball, specifically in that third quarter where they were outscored, I think, by 14 points in that game against the Pacers on, what was that, Monday night? So, or Tuesday night, whatever night it was. I just think that, the Bucks they're gonna be able to score, man. Like I said, the Pacers giving up points in the paint, and I know that they played really good defense in their last game against the Celtics, but it's a little bit different, man. It's a little bit different in this spot, in my estimation. Jaylen Brown, who can only go, right, even though he got paid $3 trillion, is not out there tonight. You're dealing with Dame Lillard, you're dealing with Giannis, and a bunch of knockdown three-point shooters. So we'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. Avery says Dame said they could have put 160 on the Knicks if they wanted to. Check out the post game. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna let up tonight. I don't think they're gonna let up at all. Shout out to my guy Justin for pulling up on me as well. John says Pacers barely beat the Bucks last month, 126-124 without Dame. That's an interesting point. I hadn't even thought about that. I'm thinking more so about these games, just the more recent games. John also says Indy plus 4.5. He said I'll sleep better than Milwaukee money line. Okay, so we got some conflicting thoughts there. Coop says either Giannis is dropping another 50-piece or he gets a triple-double or he got a triple-double up his sleeve. I absolutely agree. I think it's going to be a big, big game for Giannis. I just don't – I know they're going to put Nembhard on him. Not Nembhard. They're going to put Aaron Nesmith on him. Nesmith is a pretty good defender. He actually gave Tatum some fits, but I just don't think he's strong enough. I don't think he's big enough. Giannis liable to get a favorable whistle. We'll see how it goes, though. I do expect them to be, really aggressive and assertive in this spot tonight. Jay Click says Brook Lopez block party. He likes Brook Lopez blocks all the way up to 5 at plus 700. He has been blocking shots. I could not talk you off. It's going to be interesting to see if they try to get him out the paint, if Rick Carlisle is going to try to get him out of the paint in this spot specifically, though. So we'll see how that goes. Best of luck to you, Jay Click there. John says, smart man, Lopez had 2 points and 1 rebound. Thanks, C. I'll add that to my parlay. So he likes the Brook Lopez under 6.5 rebounds. And also, I wanted to shout this out real quick, too. Reem just gave out Giannis rebounds. So Giannis rebounds they're juiced on FanDuel at minus 138. But you can get him at, I feel like I saw a more favorable line. You can get him at minus 130 on ESPN Bet. This line was minus 120. I saw it last night as well with what Reem said. So you can get him at minus 130. It looks like ESPN Bet has the best number right now currently. Just wanted to throw that out real quick. Scotty says, I think the NBA wants the Bucks in the Lakers final. We'll see how it goes. I don't really care what the NBA wants. We'll see how it goes, though. Damian says, do you think we get 2 to 3 3-pointers from MT? Miles Turner? Yeah, I do. Miles Turner has a really good track record against Brook Lopez. The same way Brook Lopez shoots, like goes out and tries to extend the court, he got a guy that's going to do the same exact thing. Miles Turner has actually dominated the matchup between the two, just FYI, in case people were looking into that. He has a really good track record against Brook Lopez specifically, and he goes over his 3-point prop. So I would be looking at Miles Turner. They're going to need him tonight. They're definitely going to need him. Markel says, morning, fam. I know this NBA, but I'm on the under 30 and 30 and a half in the NFL tonight. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. You got First of all, you got a team that might not even score. The Patriots are god awful on offense. I think they got 13 points in the last 3 weeks. The only way I would play it, Markel, right there with you. And their team total, I think, is like 12.5 on FanDuel, 13.5 on FanDuel. I'd be looking to play their team total under it too. They might not score tonight. So I'm right there with you, Markel. I know, like you said, I know it's not an NFL show, but yeah, I'm right there with you, bro. They are god awful. Daniel says 3 legs. Which one is not gonna hit for him? Giannis 30 points, Halliburton 35 points and assists, or Hill 2.5 threes at plus 185. I like all of those, Daniel. I like all of those. Not gonna lie to you, like all of them, man. Justin says he's on Giannis. He likes Giannis over 32.5 today. Absolutely. I'll be right there with you. I just took his points plus rebounds together. Knicks versus Pelicans went exactly like your analysis is predicted. Yeah, I mean, the Knicks, I couldn't trust the Knicks. And I did say the Pelicans were going to win. Didn't put a dollar on it, but did say that they were going to win. Daniel says, Markel, I thought so. I would probably just play the 2-leg and take him out. Okay. Appreciate you shouting that out. I don't know why I keep going out on Twitter. I don't know what's the last thing you guys heard me say, Solo, but I appreciate you shouting that out. For some reason, my connection just keep going out and I keep getting muted on Twitter. Snag, he likes Giannis 35 points in a player performance double, 35 points in a win for Giannis today at 156. Could not talk you off of that at all today, Snag. Like that look a lot as well. Appreciate you guys for letting me know that the mic went out on Twitter. Brian says, good morning, everyone. Let's go. Yeah, I like Lopez. I had to play minus 150, so he sprinkled it. Okay. Lopez under 6.5 rebounds is the look that I gave out. Snag says GA is a bad matchup for the Pacers. He's talking about Giannis, and this high total plays into the Bucks' favor. I would agree. I would absolutely agree. It's because the Pacers have been one of the worst defenses in the league. And just so you guys know, like to put some numbers behind that, both of these teams are 5-0 straight up in in-season tournament play. The Pacers are averaging 133.6 points. The Bucks are averaging 130. So, I mean, that's why I couldn't play the total over. That's 264 points per game is what the average total is between these two teams in their 10 in-season tournament plays. So, could not talk you guys off there. Let's see what else we got. Damian says Greek Freak dropping 50 on him tonight. I could see it. Raptors fan said, Chris, did you talk about the total for the Bucks Pacers game? Just broke it down. Only way I would play it is over. I noted that the lines moved from 254 up to 257, and y'all do not. Last year I wasn't even taking totals when they touched 240. But the way that the Pacers play, the bad defense that they play, the offensive firepower the Bucks got, I could only play this one to go over. Only played it. I think the Bucks team total is like 129.5 the last time I checked, and I still would take that to go over. Not anything official. Like I said, just going back and doing a quick recap before we talk about the next game. Bucks minus 4.5 for me. I think the run comes to an end for the Pacers tonight. Also play Giannis over his points plus rebounds at 44.5. And then the last play that I played, just to have you to play here, but Brook Lopez under his 6.5 rebounds tonight as well. Those are my top looks in this game, and I played all of them straight. Didn't parlay any of them. Big Mar says you like Holly assists. Absolutely. I mean, he got Dame. He got what's the other kid name in that backcourt with him. He got let's just say he got a favorable matchup. Halliburton just hasn't seemed to surprise us once. First career triple-double in the in-season tournament game as a dog at the crib against the Boston Celtics. That's big time. Holly is big time right now. So I wouldn't take anything under, especially against this version of the Bucks defense that really just tries to outscore you as well. Real quick, last comment. Brian says, you think Milwaukee picks up Halliburton full court from the jump? That first quarter could go under. I don't think they do. I mean, who's standing in front of Halliburton full court? Like, they don't have a defender in my estimation that could, stick with him half court. So we'll see. Damian says, I think Ty gonna have to be a scorer more than a facilitator in this one. Yeah, maybe he does. We'll see how it goes. We definitely see how it goes. Last one. I said last one already. Cincy Tino says Giannis 40 plus, Milwaukee minus 5, LA minus 2, AD 35 plus. It's a plus 5,000. He thinks AD gets busy. Okay. Best of luck, Cinky. Hope you cash that, man. Let's go on to the last game. We got the Pelicans and we got the Lakers. This game will be played at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time tonight. The Lakers opened as Lakers opened as 2-point favorites. They're currently still 2-point favorites. You can get a 1.5. It is down to 1.5 on Circa, but the strong number is 2 at most books. This total opened at 230, and you see it up to 231. I beat myself up a little bit for not taking the under in that last game with the Lakers and the Suns. I kind of thought that the Lakers would play this version of the defense that we saw them play, in that game. To me, this Lakers team is very symbolic of what we saw last year when the Lakers made that late run to get into the playoffs. And I think the thing that, maybe people didn't necessarily watch that last game, but even before that last game, the Lakers got a chance to, kind of get Jared Vanderbilt into that rotation to get a game underneath his belt against the Houston Rockets. And Jared Vanderbilt, like, he really, really changes the defense a lot in my estimation, because he can go out there and really slow down the opponent, best player. And Devin Booker, I was on his points plus assists in the last game. Devin Booker had like 20 points. You can blame the loss on, the ball, be it the Lakers getting granted a timeout, but maybe Devin Booker should score some more points. Maybe they should stop turning the ball over, because they turned the ball over more times in that game a couple nights ago than I think they had in a very long time. So I think the Pelicans, to me, are a very sneaky team. I just talked about, why I would take them against the Sacramento Kings. But the difference between the Kings and the Lakers is the Kings, when they're at their, when you put somebody on Sabonis that can slow them down just a tad bit, and Sabonis had a triple-double in that game, you're really relying on De'Aaron Fox and Malik Monk to do a lot for this team. And they weren't able to do so. Their defense is just not, up to par. So I say all that to say that I do lean the Lakers. To me, I think we all know that LeBron James definitely wants to, to win this in-season tournament. I did a whole article. I posted on like a 1,500 word article. I'll post it on Twitter so you guys can read through the whole entire thing. But I just think that this is going to be a defensive game. I think both teams really want to win this in-season tournament. CJ McCollum's talked about it on his podcast. We know what it means to LeBron James. You just go in and look at the Lakers splits, in-season tournament versus not in-season tournament. And this has been two, totally different teams. And that all of this stuff is in the write-up that I did. And let's see if I can find it real quick, just to kind of give you guys some numbers. The Lakers are 8-9 straight up on the season outside of in-season tournament play. They've only even covered 5 of those 12. They're 5-12 against the spread in those 17 games outside of the in-season tournament. During tournament play, it's a total flip. 5-0 straight up, 5-0 against the spread, 15-point win differential as well, and they're shooting 50% from the field. Top defensive rated team in in-season tournament play. So I think, all of those things kind of taken into consideration, they'll play very slow. They'll be very methodical. The Lakers' pace is slowed down. If you go in and look at the numbers versus in-season tournament play versus not, because the Lakers have been a fast-paced team. And I think that they're going to give the Pelicans trouble. I think the Pelicans also going to get them trouble. Herb Jones, Najee Marshall, getting CJ McCollum back. This team is Jose Alvarado is a pest. He's going to be all over, D'Angelo Russell. So maybe you're looking at D'Angelo Russell to go under on his numbers. The biggest matchup differential here is the one that typically stands out for the Lakers in my estimation. That's LeBron James. If I'm looking at a player prop, I know they put his points up. I didn't take the over. I think it's 27.5. The only reason I didn't take the over is because I think this could be a game that also, is bad for props, because I think a lot of these players are going to go under. The Pelican players feel like they're priced about right. You see, CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, all kind of priced about 22.5 on their player props. And to me, that makes a lot of sense. I think any one of those guys could get 25, but I don't think all of them are going, like all 3 of them won't hit their numbers in this spot in my estimation. I'm not sure how the matchups are going to be. Zion has not performed well in season tournament play, like not even just in the Pelicans game, not even just in the Pelicans in the Kings game, but just in the entire, like I was going through and looking at his numbers. Zion not even their leading scorer. Brandon Ingram is. He was the leading scorer in Sacramento as well. So you got that factor as well. Brandon Ingram playing against the team that, that drafted him in the Lakers. He's done well in that spot. And you also got Anthony Davis playing against the team that drafted him. He's done well in that spot as well. So, Valanciunas, Kenny slow down Anthony Davis. We saw last matchup that Nurkic couldn't. Anthony Davis, was a man amongst boys, first time all season was able to put together back-to-back games. So I stayed off the player props in totality in this one, but I do think that, the Lakers have been they'll definitely, the Pelicans in my estimation will get a ball to Zion and try to let him, play bully ball and see if the Lakers can slow him down. Probably end up putting Jared Vanderbilt on him. Maybe even Bron guards him at times throughout the season, but I don't think that they'll have Anthony Davis on him most of the time. They'll definitely sag off of him, make him try to make him a jump shooter as well, something that he's not necessarily doing that great this season. But the play for me in this one, man, like I said, I'm just going back to the defense. And like I said, I should have took the under in the last game. If the Lakers can slow down that version of the Phoenix Suns that has Devin Booker and Kevin Durant in it, that team was averaging 122 points per game through 15 games since Devin Booker and Kevin Durant joined forces last season outside of playoff games. If they can hold that team to 102, 103 points, whatever it was that the Phoenix Suns scored, I think they can slow the Pelicans team down as well. Neither one of these teams, I think, are going to want to play extremely fast. So I played the under. I got it yesterday when this total was had moved down to 229.5. Now you see it actually coming up. So the number's moving against me, not in my favor. So I would definitely play it at the 231 because I already got a 230 in my pocket, and that's what I gave out yesterday. Lean Lakers minus the 2. Definitely, take them at 1.5 if you can get that number. And because it is some 1.5s out there, so shop around. But I do lean Lakers. I think that they win. I'm off the conspiracy theory thing. Like I don't think that's I could care less about conspiracy theories and the NBA wanting the Lakers to win. Maybe they do, but if so, and you like the Lakers, it's even more of a reason for you to take them. I don't think at all it'll be easy at all. I think the Pelicans are a really good team and still being undervalued, underestimated. But to me, this game just screams big game for LeBron. And last thing I'll mention, in Bron's most recent matchups against the Pelicans last season, he had 39 points, and these are meaningless like in-season games, right? Don't have. I think one of them may have like a playoff implication because the Lakers needed to win at the end of the season to secure a spot for the in-season tournament. For the play-in tournament last year. Bron scored 39 points and 38 points on two separate occasions last game. So, this dude's about to turn 39 in 20 days. And what we're seeing from Bron is absolutely, amazing. I think just watching him play in the in-season tournament games, you can tell that he's taking them extremely serious. So big game from Bron, I think, in this spot. I don't see them having anybody that can match up with them from a physicality standpoint. And that's always the mismatch that the Lakers have in their advantage, no matter if Anthony Davis is going to play well or not. So I didn't play Bron. 27.5 feels just about right. I could see Bron going for 30. I could see him finishing with 26. But I did play the under 230 in this spot. Didn't play anything else at all. So those are my thoughts. Let me get to the comment section real quick. Let's see. Brian says Lakers give up threes, but you got to hit them when it counts. Durant had a good look, came up short. We're not scared here. LA. We're not scared here in LA. Let's go. Okay. I like the confidence, Brian. Appreciate you, Jay Click, for the $1.99 dono, man. Appreciate you as well. He says CJ top point scorer tonight at plus 2,000. That's a tasty one. Tasty one for sure. Solo says he likes CJ McCollum at 5.5 assists. He had 8 and 7, 2 games back. The Lakers give up assists to point guards. The Lakers actually did a good job of slowing down Devin Booker. Devin Booker didn't hit his assist line. I think it was 6.5, and I think Devin Booker might have finished with 6. So that's one of the reasons why, like I said, I'm not, really looking at too many overs because the Lakers have been a strong defensive team in these in-season tournament games as they take them very, very serious. Coop says I'm leaning Murphy threes again, but the same game could be a rock fight. But again, this game could be a rock fight. I agree with you there, Coop. Could definitely agree with you there. Also, the Lakers have been one of the worst 5 3-point shooting defenses in the league as well throughout the regular season. In-season tournament play, this team actually is top 5, shooting the 3 and 3-point percentage as well. So they're making threes and they're doing a really good job of, taking really good ones. Brian says, who do you say that to, Scott Foster? Why do you say that to Scott Foster? Not sure what you're talking about there, Brian. You got to let me know. Because he's working the game. He's working the game. Oh, I didn't even see that. Okay. Either way, I still like the under. Like I said, I didn't play the side. Don't want to get too emotionally invested and financially invested with the Lakers because that is my team, you guys. But I'm going to give you guys the unbiased analysis every single time. I wasn't on the Lakers in the last game. I thought that it could be a toss-up, and it literally came down to a toss-up. Darius says, does travel a little rest affect Bron, especially after the big game? So I got the numbers for those, Darius. I'm glad you mentioned that. Like I said, I'll send the article so you guys can read through it. I really spent like a couple hours kind of handicapping this game and breaking it down. But from a rest perspective, let's see here. I want to say the Lakers are at a rest disadvantage by 1 day, of course, and that does bode well for the Kings. So let's see. I'm gonna get to this real quick for you guys. All right. So what I wrote is the Pelicans hold the rest advantage, having secured their win a night early against the Lakers, a factor that might play a role in considering the age of the Lakers star player LeBron. Statistical trends also suggest that the Pelicans tend to perform well when more rested than their opponents compared to the Lakers. The Lakers are – I had numbers to go with this. I'm not sure. They're not showing up. I want to say the Pelicans are 3-1 straight up and against the spread when they're the more rested team. The Lakers have not fared well in this spot, and they have a losing record. I just can't remember exactly what that number was. So we'll see, but I think that's an interesting point to bring up. Absolutely. Markel said Pelicans aren't a three-point shooting team. They aren't, Markel, until they get their three-point shooters back, and they have their three-point shooters back now. Like, you do got Trey Murphy out there. Herb Jones is capable of knocking a couple down. CJ McCollum, Brandon Ingram. Like, they got guys that can knock them down. So, yeah, Willie Green has kind of shored up that rotation, and some of those guys that were getting big minutes at the beginning, not necessarily. Jose Alvarado can knock them down as well. Hobby Noble says, would it be smart to live play the under? I think is what he said. He said the total jumps high most of the time and then goes down as teams slow down. Saw it last night with Denver, and it was originally 228, jumped to 239.5 mid first quarter. It really just depends, Hobby. It depends on how you think the game's going to start. You're right in this estimation, and a lot of times I do like to catch these totals live, but I will say this. The Lakers in the Phoenix game was an under from the jump. Like, that total never went up. It only went down. So sometimes you can get the best of the number live, like you're saying. Sometimes you got to get the best of the number late. Live sometimes you got to get the best of the number pregame before the game actually goes live. Fahrenheit says D'Lo won still. He has won in the last 14 of 17 games versus the Pelicans dating back to 2017. It's a hell of a stat there, Fahrenheit. Best of luck, man. He also reminds everybody, hit the like button for me. Comment on the show if you can. Share your looks. Share the plays. Share the show. And subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Appreciate you shouting that out, Fahrenheit. Takes half a second to hit the like button for me, and I appreciate you guys that rock with me. That really do. Corey says first half under 112.5 seems like a slow start. I would agree there, Corey. Like I said, I think the Lakers are going to be locked in defensively in this game, man. So first half under, full game under. I like them both. Really like them both. It's pretty interesting that the full game total is 130 and the first half is 112 because those numbers don't correlate with half of the game. So the books have adjusted that number way down from the full game total. You kind of split it in half. Brian says Grayson Allen has a huge game. I'm pretty sure Austin Reeves stuck him. How do you think it lines up against the Pelicans? I don't really like the overs for the Lakers. Austin Reeves is a guy that's going to shoot the ball. He's still been coming off the bench with Cam Reddish in the starting rotation. But and Austin Reeves had a 20-point game. That's what the Lakers, that's what they gave him the money for and why they re-signed him. He hadn't been playing that well. The Suns are a pretty good defensive team, but when you got Grayson Allen guarding you, put it like this, everybody on the Pelicans are better defenders than Grayson Allen, in my estimation. Maybe not CJ McCollum. He's not really known for his defense, but they got elite defenders out here that can really make things difficult for the Lakers is how I see it. Fahrenheit says Herb won block in every game but 3, so it's an 84% hit rate. Could not talk you off there. Could not talk you off any of those defensive props for Herb Jones. It's steals plus blocks, all that good stuff. John, this is something that I hadn't really thought about, but I kind of need to keep in the back of my mind. He says, you think I thought this said blocks. AD over 2.5 assists is a good spot. I don't cap AD assists. I feel like every time he touches the balls, he shoots it, John. So I'm not on AD in this spot, but best of luck if you are. AD steals plus AD blocks, I think we have to look at just because he's going to be out there trying to protect the rim. So we know he's, I think, first in the league at blocks. And the most meaningful game since the Lakers won the championship back in 2020, I think we see the best version of AD and, just a lot of effort in this spot. So I would definitely take AD over his blocks, but I don't even know what the number is. Didn't play it at all. Justin says, would you take Bucks team total over 135? 131.5? That's a high number, Justin. I've never bet a team total over 131.5 unless I did an alt line because I thought the team was going to, smash like a minus 120 or, over 120.5 or something. So I can't, confidently give you an over 131.5, but what I can tell you is it's high for a reason. And I wouldn't play the under. Maybe, they start off slow and you can get a live number like, maybe 121, 129.5 or something like that. It drops 2 points in the first quarter. But yeah, that's the way I kind of see it. Hard to say, yeah, of course, play the 131.5. You that's going to cash. But it's also hard to say play the under. I'm not playing the under. That Pacers defense, like I said, bottom 5. I know they stopped the Celtics, but I don't see that happening again today. So I appreciate everybody in the comment section, man. Like I said, I wanted to do an early show just because the games do start at 5, so I won't be going live later. Everybody that joined late, you can go back and watch the show. I'll put up put up the chapter so you guys can fast forward to the part that you want to hear. I don't see anybody sending me a request on Twitter. So yeah, listen to the playback on Twitter. But whatever you do, make sure you hit the like, hit the like button for me if the show brought value to, you putting in plays. If you're riding with me, let me know. Hopefully we get some cash. So real quick, just to go over to what I played segment. I hadn't even typed this in yet, but I did take, like I said, I took Giannis. Let me just type this in real quick. Giannis over 44.5 points plus rebounds. Also took Bucks minus 4.5. That number is, pretty much still available at 5 pretty much everywhere else. I also played Brook Lopez under, smaller play, half unit play here. Everything else is to win a unit. Under his 6.5 rebounds. And then my only play in the Lakers game is New Orleans and the Lakers to go under. I got 230, sent it out last night, but the number is 231 now. So I do expect the number to drop back down as the day goes on now. I think, sharp bettors that are also going to be on this under, because I think it's an under game. But sharp bettors will see how high this total goes, and then they'll buy it down towards the end of the game. But I do expect this game to go under. Looking at these team totals, the Lakers are only giving up about 107, 108 points in these, tournament games. And the Pelicans not the greatest offensive team. They're also not the greatest, not the team playing at the fastest pace. Lakers also struggle to score, right? Lakers have been, one of the worst scoring teams in the league. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes, man. Best of luck to everybody that popped in. Appreciate everybody that hit the like button for me. That subscribe to the show. I am going to, last thing I'll say before I close out, and all my best bets are at the bottom. So if you're listening in on Twitter and you joined late, go check out YouTube. The link is posted in my Twitter in my last tweet. 4 plays for me today. Probably won't add anything and just ride with what I got. That is supposed to say rebounds for Brook Lopez. I forgot the B, so let me add that. So under 6.5 rebounds for Brook Lopez in this spot is what I'm on. We see the 2.5 pop up on Caesars in favor of the Lakers. Ooh, spicy. Okay. Last thing I want to say, the morning show. I know people, kind of requested it. Kind of, I did one last year. I am going to bring that back. So be on the lookout for that as well. Trying to do it a couple days a week, maybe twice, maybe 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday type deal, where I, put a podcast out. It'll be a YouTube video as well, but you guys will be able to listen to podcast streaming platforms, wherever you listen to your podcast at. Just kind of giving you guys my thoughts on a couple games. It won't be every single game from the slate, but if we have enough injury, we have, not a lot injury news and implications that affect these games, I'll maybe try to handicap like 3 of them and give you guys my best looks in those spots. So, like I said, man, all love as always. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Best of luck today. Enjoy these games, man. They start early. Remember, they start at 5 p.m. Yeah, let's get some cash, man. Best of luck to everybody tonight. Appreciate everybody for tapping in with me and hit the like button for me on your way out. I'm out.